Good morning, children. Next topic is paragraph style. So, a paragraph in a document can have several sentences, a single sentence, a single word, or no words at all. So, every paragraph in LibreOffice Writer document has a paragraph style. So, the paragraph style settings have a pop down window. So, one can change the paragraph style by clicking on the pop down window and select the choices. Now let us see what is the first type of formatting that can be applied on paragraphs. So first is indenting a paragraph. So the entire paragraph can be indented in one step. Place the text cursor anywhere on the paragraph and select and click on the increase indent tool. Then each time when you click on the increase indent tool, the current paragraph's indent will increase. There is also a decrease indent tool that will remove the indent. Now increase the indent of the paragraph and let us see how we can apply that in Microsoft Word. So go to home page, then in the paragraph you can see this is in decrease indent and this is increase indent. So if I click here, you can see the indentation of the paragraph is being increased, that is the space from the margin is being increased. So you can increase the indent and this is the decrease indent. So you can decrease the indent. So indentation will go up till the margin. Next, aligning paragraphs. So the paragraphs can be aligned as left, right, center and justify. That is, to align the paragraph, place the text cursor in the title paragraph, select appropriate tools. There are left, right, center or justify from the format toolbar. So if you want to align the paragraph, select the paragraph. Then you can see in the paragraph tab, there are 4 types of alignment. So this is left alignment, that is the paragraph will be aligned to the left side. And this is right alignment, center alignment, paragraph will be aligned center. Then this is right alignment, you can see it is aligned right side. Then this is justified, that is both in the starting and ending will of all the lines in the paragraph will be at the same position, that is extra spaces will be added in between each paragraph, each line or each word. Then next is font color highlighting and background color. So we can change the font color of a particular font. Now here the font color, that is the letters are typed in black color. Now we can change the font color. So here in Microsoft Word there is a font tab and in that you can see a capital letter A, under that the font color. So you can change the color by selecting any of the colors. So you can select any of the colors and the font will be changed. Now you can change any of the, use any of the font colors. Then you can highlight and change the background color, that is highlighting. If you want to highlight a particular area, suppose you are sending a letter to somebody, some government office, and you want to highlight your problems, which are the main problems. So you can select that particular text and click on that, this AB, and click on the color with which you want to highlight. So with any of the color your text will be highlighted. Now if you want to give background color to a text. Select the text and go to paragraph and click select any of the color. So what happens, the whole paragraph will get that background color. Unlike highlighting will highlighted only a particular area, but the background color is given to a particular paragraph. So when we keep a cursor there and when we give background colors, the color will be given to the whole paragraph. Next is we can use bullets and numbering in our paragraph. That is, you can assign the bullets or numbering to the list item in the document by using the options on the bullets and numbering toolbar. That is, if you want to write the sentences as points, suppose these things you want to, the objective you want to write as point, so select that part and you here in the paragraph you can see bullets, so you can give any of the bullets. Suppose it will be like this, and instead of bullets if you want to give numbers, then click on this and you can give any of the number formats. Or if you want to give a nested list, if you want nested list, then you can select any one of the list. Any nested list can be selected. Suppose in a list, if in your exam papers question number 1, then inside that question number A, for that purpose we can use these nested lists. Next is assigning color and border and background. Now we have given the background color. Now how we can assign a border to the particular page. Go to insert and you can go to page layout and you can see page background. So in the page background there is a page border, so you can give borders to your page. So any type of border can be given and that border will appear for the page, for your page. That border will appear for your page. Now you can also give colors, background colors for your page. Whatever color you want can be given to your page. And if you want to give watermarks for your page, suppose it is you have created a document and you want to create a watermark, that is your name should be on the page in all the pages. You can also select picture watermarks or text. Picture watermarks are usually there for used as logos. Now I will give IP. So the watermark will appear on every page. You can see here IP. So this watermark will appear on all the pages. In all the pages this watermark will appear. So you can also give pictures also as watermarks. Then we can insert images, shapes and characters in a document. So we can insert images, shapes and characters in a document. Let us go to that particular document. Then where you want to insert an image, then go to insert, go to picture, and you can insert the picture from any of the folders. Then click on the insert button. Now if you want to insert any clip art, click on the insert button and you can select any of the clip arts. You can search here for any of the clip arts you want and you can insert it on your web page, on your document. Now you can also insert any of the shapes in your document and you can give colors and you can give borders, shadow, everything to that particular shape. Now another thing you can insert is smart arts, like the flow charts or any science related diagrams. So all these things can be inserted. Next is you can insert charts or graphs in a document. Based on a particular document, you can insert charts in your Word document. You can divide the document into the paragraph into different columns. That is, suppose this is the paragraph and you can select the paragraph, the doc page and click, go to page layout, then you can see columns. So go to columns, then if you click on two columns, the document will be divided, the page will be divided into two columns. Likewise, if you click on three columns, it will be divided into three columns. So likewise, you can select any of the formats available and you can also divide the paragraph into multiple columns. Then creating and managing tables. That is, we can insert tables in our document. That is, suppose you want to create a timetable, you can create a table. And for creating a table, we have to first insert a table. So here we can insert a, go to insert, then go to table, and you can, from here itself you can select how many rows and how many columns you want in a table, or you can go to insert button and click on number of columns and number of rows. So a table with this much number of rows and this much columns has been created. Now you can increase the size of the table. You can increase the size of the table and give column names like roll number, name, age, etc. Now you can give the values to roll number, and name, likewise you can give values. So you can insert columns to this table, or you can give different formats to this table. Give any of the formats available for this, for tables. Likewise any of the formats can be used. Now you can insert rows and columns. So if you want borders, all borders, then you can insert rows and columns. Suppose you want to insert a row, so these horizontal horizontal is called rows, and this vertical collection of cells are called columns. So if we want to insert a row, click on any cell, then click on insert. Then if you want to insert a column to the left side, then click on insert column to left. So a column to the left side of that particular cell will be inserted, and you can give that, rename it as marks. Now if you want to insert a row, then go to insert row above or insert row below. Suppose I have inserted row below. Now if you want to delete this row, click here, then go to delete cells, click on that, then delete entire row, or you can delete the entire column. So any delete operation can be performed. Now like this, here certain cells are merged, so like this also you can perform. If you want to merge certain cells, suppose you want to merge all these three cells, then click here, then go to merge cells, then the three cells are merged together. Likewise you can merge any other cells also. Suppose if here if you want to give class, insert rows above. So here a row is inserted and you want to give your class name. Class 9th. So select, these are different cells, so select all these cells and merge cells. So all of the cells are merged together, and you can place this in the center. So all the cells are merged together. So you can merge different cells also. Now if you want to split the merged cell, this is a merged cell. So if you want to split the merged cell, then you can select, click on that, right click here, then here you see split cells. Then you can split that cell into number of columns. They are asking me number of columns, so I will write 4. So it will split that cell into 4 columns. Now if you want to merge these all cells, select it, then right click, then merge cells. So again all the cells are merged together. Now if you want to copy a table, one part of the document and paste it into another, suppose you want to copy it, then click here, then right click, then copy. Then if you want to paste it somewhere else, then it will be pasted here. Then it will be pasted like this. Like this you can copy and paste your table. Now you can move the table by just cutting the Control X, that is cutting and pasting. The next is printing options. In our Word document, when we create a document, after creating the document, we have to print that particular document. Then let us see how to print the document. So before printing the document, first we will create a print preview. That is how the document will appear when we take the printout. So that is called print preview. That is how borders are there and how. So for controlling printing, there is a shortcut, that is Control P. So when we click, select the Word document, and when we click on that, it will show how the Word document will appear. So Control plus P. So this will show you how what are the different settings. So which is the printer, name of the printer that is connected, which are the different printers connected and which available and with which you want to print. Then which all pages you want to take printout. All represents all pages in this document. If we click on current, the current page only will be. If you select pages, then you can give the particular range of pages, that is 1, 3, 5, etc. Or you can print from page number 5 to page number 9, or particular ranges can be provided, that is 7 to 70. That is from page 7 to 70 it will take the printout. Then go to properties. In the properties you can see in which type you want to take the printout, that is in portrait or in landscape. Then this indicates number of copies you need for a single page, how many copies you need. You can increase or decrease the number of copies. Now if you need all pages in a range, that is a single page, if all pages should be printed, or only the odd pages or only the even pages are to be needed. Then in a single sheet, how many pages are needed? That is 1 2 or 3, 1 2 4, likewise. Then scale page to size. And after selecting all these, you can give OK. Then there are different options. Then you can click on OK. Then next is mail merge. Suppose if you are creating a document and you want to send it to multiple people and you want to give names of different people, so it will be very difficult to type the names of different person and creating different letters. Suppose you are creating a document, invitation letter, and letter you have typed and the address of each person you need, and it will be difficult if you add address of each person and create different copies of the letter. Now this mail merge will help to create a document and we can send that document to multiple users. So let us see how we can create a mail merge. So first we can create a document and the letter to be sent to multiple recipients. That is what document that we have to send to multiple recipients, that we have to first create. Now after creating, to create multiple letters using mail merge wizard, select tool, then go to mail merge wizard. So since we are using Microsoft Word, then we can go to mailings. So go to mailings and start mail merge. So you can use normal Word document. We are sending this Word document, and after that we have to select the recipients to whom we are sending this document. So click on select and use existing list. So I have created a list in CSV file format, that is it resembles our Excel sheet. So emp new. So it will create, these list will be selected. It contains the list of all the employees containing the name of the employee, then employee's ID and email ID. So I need for every letter, for each person I need their name, employee ID and email ID. So these all fields will be inserted. So if I write, suppose consider this is a letter and it will have to, then insert the address block. So what all things we need in the address. So each person's name, and we can insert different fields in this letter. So inside the it will insert address block, then insert fields. What all fields? So I have selected different fields. So employee ID, then name, then email ID. So all these things will be there in every letter. So if I finish merging, finish, you can select to whom you want to mail. So in my, I have a column called, in my CSV file I have a column called email ID. It contains email IDs of all the recipients. So from here I can select mail options. In that I can select to which email ID I want to send. So click OK. Then you can see different names appear. That is, for each, I am not creating for each of the person. It is already, since I have merged using mail merge, it will create, change the name of each person that is given in this CSV file. So everything will be inserted and we can easily mail it to different people. And for each person, their employee ID, their name and their email ID will appear. No need of just editing and creating multiple copies. Okay, thank you children.